Good morning, birdies. It is September 25th. It is 8:23 in the a.m. And I want to, not that I need to apologize for yesterday's long, over 10-minute Good Morning Birdies. I had a lot to say. It was like one of those just kind of general, I had to give a general shout out to a lot of the very important girls in my life. And the only point I was trying to make was that, a lot of these girls, the women, you ladies who are still in my life are still in my life for a reason. And I'm very, very happy and very, very fortunate and lucky to still have you around, whether I just met you or I met you 25 years ago. And you're still here. That was it. And it was actually so long that I know people can't watch it at work, especially because it came out like after most people were at work, and it was actually even too long for me to upload it to YouTube, which I've been getting some views on also. So this one's going to be short, I promise. Why am I wearing the hoodie? This is my shout out to Rocky. Was one of the biggest, cultural events, movies of the 70s. The music, most apropos this week, since U2 just played at Giant Stadium, and my friend Lakshman was actually correct to remind me that, you saw my profile pic of me with Bono, and that's when I was at Time Magazine, and he was, I think, discussing the global health summit we were having. He wound up performing with Alicia Keys, who I also met. But they were just performing the last couple of nights at in the Meadowlands. And here's a band who was a big band in the 80s. They were a super group in the 80s, they were a super group in the 90s, and they're a super group here in the Aughties. And my whole thing is, and I'm going to give out a directive here, because I am still, and maybe it's because I'm an old man of 43, but I don't see a lot of cultural, gifts, just like a lot of big major things that happened in the 2000s, the Aughties. So I'm trying to ask you, my very smart, clever, insightful, schooled, educated, street smart, insightful, creative friends to add to my list of the Aughties time capsule. So I'm going to make a note on Facebook, and I'm going to throw some stuff in there, like the Aughties can be, their gift to society can be maybe reality shows, and the iPod, that's a genuine thing, and maybe the proliferation of cell phones, and our first black president, for better or for worse. But there's got to be a lot more stuff. The 80s had so much music and, stars, and, and even the politics in the 70s was so rife with stuff, and so let's see if we can get together and agree on. Let's pretend that someone's gonna look at this Facebook thing, my notes, in 50 years, and say, this is what the 2000s and O's were all about. So if you have free time, I know you're at work today, but it's Friday, and it's the kind of day where you want to get out and take a long lunch and maybe start clearing your head for the weekend. So that'll give you something to distract yourself with today or the whole weekend. This will be up for a while, so it's not like a homework assignment. It's just, if you have any ideas, I would love for you to share them with me and my other smart, clever, down-to-earth, well-read, schooled, and creative friends. That is it. I'm going to there's only one birthday shout out today, and here's the embarrassing thing. Here's a girl who I've friended, and I know her from Vassar, 80s, and I do remember her, but I forget how to pronounce her name. It's S-I-A-N, and so it could be Sid, it could be Sean. Her last name's Harris, I know how to pronounce that, but regardless, I do actually remember who she is, so happy birthday to you. You get to actually the sole birthday shout out today, so hopefully that'll make you feel extra special, and you'll forgive me for not remembering how to say your name exactly. And for the rest of you, have a very, very good Friday. A reminder, I bartend all day tomorrow, Saturday, at Dorian's. Beautiful fall weather. I get to tell you how they finally cut the trees that used to line 84th Street for the subway construction, which they've started. But I'll tell you all about that maybe over the weekend or on Monday. So if you can't be good at it. Ciao for now. Love ya. Mwah.